Have you ever had experience of after a stressful day, you start to have migraine, back pain, or when you feel upset, you can literally feel it in your stomach? In this video, we're going to help those of you who doesn't feel very connected to your emotion and doesn't really have a lot of vocabulary about emotion to understand how to approach your body's psychological stress, how to know that I'm feeling stressed and I need something so that I don't get to burn out, I don't get a point of getting into a crisis emotional state. We're going to talk about why somatic symptoms is so common in immigrant population, and especially those who are born into Asian culture, and how to use your somatic symptom as your body's wisdom to help us feel better, feel calmer, and no longer feel the pain all the time. This is the day 6 of my 30-day challenge of coming home to yourself. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and you will see in the description below there a link to the other free classes. Okay, let's talk about the somatic symptoms. I'm someone who usually have very good appetite, and when I feel sad, when I feel angry, that is the only moment in my life that suddenly lose appetite. My stomach feels so full, and I would not want to eat anything. It's not felt by food, it's felt by my anger, by my sadness, felt by emotion. And as a matter of fact, your gut, your stomach, there's enteric nervous system lining it. The enteric nervous system is called a second brain. It has 100 million nerves lining your gut, your stomach, your intestine. It communicates with your central nervous system, with your brain, and vice versa. That's why we see in people who have depression, who have anxiety, they usually have some somatic symptoms of either eating too much or not eating enough or constantly having stomach problem, especially for people who are from Asian country. Because we lack the vocabulary and awareness to name our emotion, due to cultural reason, due to socioeconomic reason, we were not taught a lot of emotional vocabulary. We only know the basic. I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm anxious. We don't talk about a complicated feeling. When you don't have a vocabulary for it, when you cannot name it, you cannot identify it, the feeling has nowhere to go. So it will get stuck. And oftentimes it got trapped in your enteric nervous system, in your gastrointestinal system. I've seen in my family, in my Asian clients, they will always complain about having headache, having stomach problem, having heart pain. And a lot of time I would suggest, maybe it's actually your mental health. It's not your physical health. And oftentimes I got dismissed. People would tell me, no, this is physical. This is definitely not mental, because there's a stigma. It's as if people are telling you, oh, your pain is all in your mind, which is not what I mean. What I mean is your body is showing you, it's suggesting to you that there is something emotional, psychological, that your body wants you to address, but you are not addressing it. It's a reminder signal from your body. Hey, please take care of this problem because you're not taking care of it. That's why I am suffering. Speaking of somatic symptom, this is actually my first-hand experience with mental health diagnosis. I was experiencing nightly acid reflux for over 3 years between college time and graduate school, and I cannot stop it from coming. I went to see a lot of specialists. I tried to sleep on elevated pillow. I tried to change my diet. I've tried everything. Nothing worked. Eventually, I told a therapist about it, and he asked me, have you thought about this is a somatic problem? It's not actually a physiological thing. It might be a psychological problem. My first reaction was skeptical about it. And my mind's go to, so you think my brain made it up? Of course, now I understand that's not what a therapist meant. But it does make sense because every time I went to see specialists, I said I've been taking these medication, they did the examination, and they will be very confused. Some of them even told me that this should have worked. That's so weird that it hasn't worked. And it also doesn't seem to be like that severe of a problem according to all the examination that we ran on you. So why are you still experiencing it? And the key moment of solving this problem reside in, of course, a lot of therapy and also being able to finally feel belong and accepted, meeting the love of my life, able to move into a stable relationship, start believe that I can actually flourish in a different country, in a different culture. And slowly, all these acid reflux goes away. And now I think about it, it's such a miraculous thing for it to disappear. My example is not a single example. There is actually a term for it in our diagnostic manual. It used to be called conversion disorder, and now it's called functional neurological symptom disorder. You see people who are depressed, they're catatonic, they can't move. If you do a neurological exam, their body neurological system is intact. However, because the brain holds such a powerful impact of our body, a lot of time that can just cause people to suffer physically. There are also a lot of research showing that Asian culture in general has more somatic disorder, and women also experience more than men. You hear women talk about it, have migraine all the time. A lot of it has to do with women not being able to process all of these stress, and it just got stuck in the body. As a result, you experience the pain. Unfortunately, there is not a quick solution to just get it solved. Yes, you can take an ibuprofen and your head might feel better, but the root cause is not addressed. It's like when you have a tooth pain. You can take an ibuprofen to make it go away temporarily, but you know the tooth is bad. It needs treatment. Oftentimes, the treatment takes some time. Eventually, it starts to feel better. This is a similar process of how we recover from somatic symptoms. The first thing you can do is just gain more awareness about your body. Know where you feel tighter, where you feel more relaxed. Know under what circumstance your body will feel a certain way. Most people feel stressed and anxious before public speaking, before a big social event, and they will feel tight in their stomach and they cannot eat. They might even feel tight in their face, tighter in their body. And after a social event, I tend to feel I have full of energy everywhere in my body, that there's a feeling of wanting to release it. And if I don't release it in a proper way, then I won't be able to sleep well, and tomorrow I'll have a headache. Understanding your body sends you so much signal, so much data. When you know your default of when I'm feeling peaceful, how does my body feel? When I know I'm going to see a person I love, how my body's gonna feel. When I know I'm gonna see a person that I feel hesitant to see, how would my body feel? Getting these data. So when your body feel out of its natural state, out of the default, then you can pay attention to those body parts. If you feel tension in your forehead, pay attention to your forehead. Have a conversation with your forehead. It might sound crazy at first, but it is a very meaningful process and it gives you a lot of insight if you try consistently. So just trust the process, maybe close your eyes and ask, how does your forehead feel? Ask and imagine your forehead has a voice. What do it say to you? Ask your forehead, hey, what do you need from me? What am I not doing well to take care of you? Oftentimes, we ignored our body for such a long time and we never got a chance to communicate. But we are all very instinctual human beings. We're animal. We have a nature. Our body stores so much knowledge and wisdom that our conscious mind hasn't registered. So we're just trying to make a connection between the two. Of course, I always encourage people to go see a therapist so that you can more systemically understand the root cause of your problem. And a lot of time when a root problem got resolved, your pain goes away. How wonderful. And if you decide to do a little more exploration on yourself, I will link a video below where I guide you through a somatic exploration process where you can have a conversation with this body part. Maybe it's your stiff shoulders, your headache, it's your stomach problem, to help you explore. Tell me about your experience in the comment. Do you feel like your body is trying to send you some message you haven't received? And if so, what do you think those messages might be about? I'm curious to hear about yours.